Namaste Vidya, Reverend Dr. Suman Shekhawat, Department of Sai Chikitsa, Faculty of Ayurvedic Sciences, Jyoti Vidyapit, Women's University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss on rheumatoid arthritis. First of all, I like to tell you that what is the definition, how we can understand that what is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is a long-term degenerative, long-term autoimmune disorder that primarily affects joints. It's an autoimmune disorder that primarily affects joints. It typically results in warm, swollen, and painful joints. Pain and stiffness often worse following rest. Most commonly, the wrist and hand are involved, with the same joint typically involved on both sides of the body. Basically, it's an bilateral disorder when rheumatoid arthritis affected in one joint. Uh, then it will affect on the other hand the same joint also on the other side. That's why we had called it bilateral disease. It's not unilateral. One time, it's not affected in a single joint. The disease may also affect other parts of the body, including skin, eyes, lungs, and heart, nerves, and blood. This may result in low blood cells count and inflammation around the lungs, inflammation around the heart, fever, and low energy may also present. Often symptoms come on gradually over week to month. While the cause of rheumatoid arthritis is not clear, it is believed to involve a combination of genetics and environmental factors. The underlying mechanism involves the body immune system attacking the joint. This results in inflammation and thickening of the joint capsule. It also affects the underlying bone and cartilage. The diagnosis is made mostly on the basis of person's signs and symptoms. X-ray and laboratory testing may support a diagnosis or exclude other diseases with similar symptoms. Other diseases that may present similarly include systemic lupus erythematosus and psoriatic arthritis and fibromyalgia. Among the other, the goal of the treatment are to reduce pain, decrease inflammation, and improve a person's overall functioning. This may be helped by balancing rest and exercise, the use of splints and braces, or the use of assistive devices. Pain medication, steroids, and NSAIDs are frequently used to help with symptoms. Disease-modified anti-rheumatic drugs, especially for the treatment purpose of the disease, DMRDS medicines are specially advised for the treatment purpose of the disease. Disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs such as hydrochloroquine and methotrexate may be used to try to slow the progression of the disease. Biological DMARDs may be used when disease doesn't respond to other treatments. However, they may have a greater rate of adverse effects. Surgery to repair, replace, or fuse joints may help in certain situations. RA affect about 24 million people as of 2015. If we are talking about that what kind of sign and symptoms we can see in rheumatoid arthritis, then we will discuss it now. Rheumatoid arthritis primarily affects joints, but it also affects other organs in more than 15 to 25% of cases. Associated problems include cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, interstitial lung disease, infection, cancer. feeling tired, depression, mental difficulties, and trouble working. Joints. Arthritis of the joint involves inflammation of the synovial membrane. Joints become swollen, tender, and warm, and stiffness limits their movement. With time, multiple joints are affected. Polyarthritis most commonly involved are the small joint of the hand, feet, and cervical spine, but larger joints like the shoulder and knee can also be involved. Synovitis can lead to teething of tissue with loss of movement and erosion of the joint surface, causing deformity and loss of function. The fibroblast-like synovitis (FLS), highly specialized mesenchymal cells found in the synovial membrane, have an active and prominent role in these pathogenic processes of the rheumatic joints. RA typically manifest with sign of inflammation, with the affected joint being swollen, warm, painful and stiff, particularly early in the morning on walking or following prolonged inactivity. Increased stiffness early in the morning is often a prominent feature of the disease and typically lasts for more than an hour. Gentle movement may relieve symptoms in early stages of the disease. These signs of health distinguish rheumatoid from non-inflammatory problems of the joint, such as osteoarthritis. In arthritis of non-inflammatory causes, signs of inflammation and early morning stiffness are less prominent. The pain associated with RA induced at the site of inflammation and classified as nociceptive or opposed to neuropathic. The joints are often affected in a fairly symmetrical fashion, although this is not specific, and the initial presentation may be asymmetrical. As the pathology progresses, the inflammatory activity leads to tendon teething and erosion and destruction of the joint surface, which impairs range of movement and lead to deformity. The finger may suffer from almost any deformity depending on which joint are most involved. Specific deformity, which also occur in osteoarthritis, include ulnar deviation, buttonhole deformity we can say for this, flexion of proximal interphalangeal joint, and extension of distal interphalangeal joint of the hand. Swan neck deformity, hyperextension at proximal interphalangeal joint and flexion at distal interphalangeal joint, and Z deformity. Z thumb consists of hyperextension of the interphalangeal joint, fixed flexion, and subluxation of the metacarpophalangeal joint, and give a Z appearance to the thumb. The hammer toe deformity may be seen in the worst cases. Joints are known as arthritis mutilans due to the mutilating nature of the deformities. Skin. Rheumatoid nodule, which is sometime in the skin, is the most common known joint feature and occur in 30% of people with who have RA. It is a type of inflammatory reaction known as necrotizing granuloma. The initial pathologic process in nodule formation is unknown, but may be essentially the same as the synovitis. since similar structural features occur in both. The nodule have a central area of fibrinoid necrosis that may be fissured and which corresponds to the fibrin-rich necrotic material found in and around an affected synovial space. Surrounding the necrosis is a layer of palisading macrophages and fibroblasts, corresponding to the initial layer in synovium, and a cup of connective tissue containing cluster of lymphocytes and plasma cells, corresponding to the subintimal zone in synovitis. The typical rheumatoid nodule may be a few millimeters to a few centimeters in diameter and is usually found over bony prominence, such as the elbow, the heel, the knuckle, and or area that sustain repeated mechanical stress. Nodules are associated with the positive Rf, rheumatoid factor, titer, anti-citrullinated protein antibody, and severe erosive arthritis. Rarely these can occur in internal organs or at diverse sites on the body. Several forms of vasculitis occurs in rheumatoid arthritis, but are mostly seen with long-standing and untreated disease. The most common presentation is due to involvement of small and medium-sized vessels. Rheumatoid vasculitis can thus commonly present with skin ulceration and vasculitic nerve infraction, known as mononeuritis multiplex. Other rather rare skin-associated symptoms include pyoderma, gangrenosum, Sweet syndrome, drug reaction, erythema nodosa, low panniculitis, atrophy of finger skin, palmar erythema, and skin fragility, often worse by corticosteroid use. Diffuse alopecia areata occurs more commonly in people with RA. RA is also seen more often in those with relatives who have rheumatoid arthritis. Lung. Lung fibrosis is a recognized complication of rheumatoid arthritis. It is also a rare but well recognized consequence of therapy. For example, with methotrexate and leflunomide. Kaplan syndrome describes lung nodule in individuals with RA and additional exposure to frost dust. Heart and blood vessels. People with RA are more prone to atherosclerosis and risk of myocardial infarction, heart attack, and stroke is markedly increased. Other possible complications that may arise include pericarditis, endocarditis, left ventricular failure, vasculitis, and fibrosis. Many people with RA don't experience the same chest pain that others feel when they have angina or myocardial infarction. To reduce cardiovascular risk, it is crucial to maintain optimal control of inflammation caused by RA and to use exercise and medication appropriately to reduce other cardiovascular risk factors such as blood lipids and blood pressure. Blood. Anemia is by far the most common abnormality of the blood vessels, which can be caused by a variety of mechanisms. The chronic inflammation caused by RA lead to raised hepcidin levels, leading to anemia of chronic disease when iron is poorly absorbed and also sequestrated into macrophages. The red cells are of normal size and color, normocytic and normochromic. A low white blood cell count usually only occur in people with fatty syndrome with an enlarged liver and spleen. The mechanism of neutropenia is complex. An increased platelet count occurs when inflammation is uncontrolled. Liver. Liver problem in people with rheumatoid arthritis may be due to the underlying disease process or as a result of the medication used to treat the disease. A coexisting autoimmune liver disease such as primary biliary cirrhosis, autoimmune hepatitis may also cause problems. Neurological. Peripheral neuropathy or mononeuritis multiplex may occur. The most common problem is carpal tunnel syndrome caused by compression of the median nerve by swelling around the wrist. Rheumatoid disease of the spine can lead to myelopathy. Atlantoaxial subluxation can occur owing to erosion of the odontoid process and/or transverse ligaments in the cervical spine connection to the skull. Constitutional symptoms include fatigue, low-grade fever, morning stiffness, loss of appetite, loss of weight are common systemic manifestations seen in people with active RA. Diagnosis of the disease, we can do X-ray, MRI, blood investigation like RA factor and anti-citrullinated protein antibody, ACPA, anti-CCP, citrullinated protein antibodies. It is positive in 75 to 85%, but a negative rheumatoid factor or CCP antibody doesn't rule out of rheumatoid arthritis. Rather than arthritis is called seronegative, which is in about 15 to 25% of people. During the first year of illness, rheumatoid factor is more likely to be negative, with some individuals becoming seropositive over time. Rheumatoid factor is a non-specific antibody and seen in about 10% of healthy people in many over chronic infection like hepatitis C and chronic autoimmune disease such as systemic lupus erythematosus. Therefore, the test is non-specific for RA. Hence, new serological tests check for anti-citrullinated protein antibody. These tests are again positive in 61 to 75% of all RA cases, but with the specificity of around 95% as with rheumatoid factor. Anti-citrullinated protein antibodies are many times present before symptoms have started. Thank you. I hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you feel any kind of problem with this session, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you.